Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ramani. On my channel, I really enjoy talking about self-improvement and self-evolution and just becoming better as a person. So I felt like today was the perfect time to make a how to reinvent yourself before the new year video. I made a similar video to this last year around this time and you all really seemed to like it, so I thought that it would be good to do an updated version since I'm older and I'm wiser and I just know more and I can give better advice. I was always giving great advice, but I just feel like I'm just older and wiser now. I've broken this video up into categories so we can focus on specific things, but first things first, I want to say that when you are in the process of reinventing yourself or trying to, level up, it's really important that you focus on one or two things. I definitely feel like when the new year comes and we see all of these videos about improving, we kind of get ahead of ourselves and we try to fix everything in our lives at once, and then it leads us to feeling overwhelmed, and then we actually don't fix anything because we start getting frustrated. So to avoid feeling frustrated with yourself or just angry at life, I think that it's best if you focus on one or two or maybe even three if you can do it, but I would say one or two things out of each category that I'm going to give you. And I also think that it's really important to write these things down. We can watch all of the videos and we can listen to all of the podcasts, but if we're not really implementing these things into our lives, nothing is going to change. And the best way to invoke change in your life is to write something down. So either get a piece of paper or get a whiteboard. And I know you're probably going to be like,
I can just write all of this down in my notes.
You can write this down in your notes, but as I've said in previous videos, it's helped me so much to create a physical list that I can either put on my wall or I can put on my nightstand that I can see every single day. So I know what I need to do every single day. The first category that I want to discuss is appearance. There are definitely going to be a lot of people that tell you that appearance doesn't matter or that you're vain or conceited for caring about your looks. But as I get older, I do realize that appearance really does matter. I think that it's great to be confident in who you are and how you look, but people's perceptions of you do matter, and they do kind of like determine the opportunities that you get and the way that you're treated in life. Now, I'm not saying change your appearance based on what society wants you to look like or be like, but I am saying you need to be clean and polished, however that looks for you. An example of what I'm saying is if you don't like to wear skirts, I don't want you to wear skirts just because society says that you need to wear skirts. If you like to wear pants, wear pants. What I am saying is wash the pants, iron the pants, and make sure you look presentable. So when we're talking about appearance, I definitely want you to continue being yourself, but I do want you to remember that first impressions do matter and people's impressions of you matter. Now remember, we're only going to focus on one or two things. I'm gonna look down because I have some notes, but what I wrote is skin, hair, teeth, and clothes. If you're choosing to focus on your skin, really think about what you want to focus on when it comes to skincare, because skincare can be very vague. Maybe you have a goal to clear up your acne. Okay, what does that look like? Are you going to go to a dermatologist? Are you going to look up YouTube videos about products that people have been using? Or maybe you want to clear up some blemishes or some dark marks. Maybe you don't even have acne, but really be specific on what you want to improve on. Same thing goes for hair. What about your hair do you want to improve? Do you want to start styling it more? Do you want it to grow longer? Do you want it to be thicker? Do you want your hair to feel more hydrated, more moisturized? What can you do to get there? Same goes for your teeth. Do you want them to be whiter? Do you want to, close some gaps? Maybe you start Invisalign. What can you do to improve your dental hygiene? And even with clothing, what specifically do you want to improve on? Do you want to have more outfits? Do you want to buy more skirts? Do you want to wear more pants? Do you want to elevate your capsule wardrobe? As you see, there are so many things that you can focus on. So when it comes to just this one category of appearance, really think about what do you want to hone in on? What is something that has maybe been bothering you that you aren't really too fond of when it comes to your appearance? Write it down and then write down some steps on how you're going to improve this before 2025. And I also want to say, if giving yourself a deadline is going to frustrate you or make you kind of anxious, this does not have to be done before 2025. This can be a very long journey. The next category is fitness and health. If you're subscribed to my channel, then you know I'm a personal trainer and I'm a yoga instructor, and I love talking about all things fitness and health. I have a weight loss playlist on YouTube, actually. I'm going to link it down below, all of my fitness videos. So fitness is always an aspect that I'm trying to improve on, even though I feel like, I am where I want to be me, there's always something that I feel like I can get better at when it comes to fitness. Now, I know when people think fitness, they automatically think weight loss, but just because you have a goal of being fit or being healthy doesn't necessarily mean you want to lose weight. Like right now, I'm at the weight that I want to be at, but I do have a goal of getting at least 5,000 steps in every single day. So some things that I have written down here is you can set a specific weight loss goal. So if you want to lose weight, how many pounds do you want to lose and how do you plan to make that happen? Or if you don't have a goal to lose weight, something else that I wrote down is creating a new fitness routine. So maybe you don't want to lose or gain weight, but maybe you just want to be active. Like you don't care about the results at all. Maybe you just want to make sure you're active at least 3 or 4 times a week. And I also have another one. Maybe you have a goal of using fitness as a way to release stress. So maybe you have some unhealthy coping mechanisms when it comes to stress. Maybe you have vices, maybe you eat, maybe you drink, and maybe you want to start working out instead. All of these can be goals when it comes to fitness and health. So just really think about what resonates with you and what you want to improve on when it comes to this specific category. And remember, write it down. And also remember to start small. Now, I'm not saying you can't have big goals, but also like if you are not used to working out at all, don't make your goal to be run 5 miles a day. You definitely have to work your way up half a mile, do a mile, then 2 miles. Like don't set these huge goals because that is a form of self-sabotage because subconsciously you know that you may not be able to do it. So you try and then you don't end up doing it and then you get frustrated and then that's your reason to quit. So a lot of times we set these big goals because we know that we're not going to accomplish it and we want to quit it anyway. So don't sabotage yourself, set small goals. Our next category is relationships. So quite naturally, when you are changing in your life and you are reinventing yourself and you're leveling up, a lot of people are not going to be able to come on that journey with you, but a lot of people are. And it's up to you to figure out which people should go in which category. I read a book called We Should All Be Millionaires by a woman named Rachel Rogers. I feel like every woman should read this book. I'm actually going to link it down below. Everybody should read this book. But in the book, she talked about friendship audits. A friendship audit is like any other audit. So at the end of the year, you kind of see like, is this person draining me? Does this person uplift me? Can I talk to this person? Can this person talk to me? Is this person respecting my boundaries? Is this person somebody who I should have in my life? And once you answer those questions for yourself, then you kind of have your decision on if this person is supposed to be in your new year or not. And that goes for friendships, family, romantic relationships, all the relationships. But I think when we talk about relationships, people often forget that there is also a relationship with yourself. So I really want you to think about how can I nurture the relationship that I have with myself, if you even have a relationship with yourself. A lot of people never spend time alone with themselves to even know themselves. They don't know what TV shows they like. They don't know what books they like. They don't know what music they like. They don't know what people they like or what food they like because they're always around other people. They don't do nice things for themselves. They don't spend time alone. They don't say nice things to themselves. We have to get out of that and start developing real relationships with ourselves. So I actually have written down what are some self-love practices that you could do. As for me, I have a few self-love practices. I really try to turn my entire life into a self-love practice, but that just means that I try to do things that I really love that makes me feel good. Every day I have to drink tea, and it's not even for the taste. It really just be for the vibes. Like it makes me feel so good to drink tea all day, every day. And I'm talking about hot tea, piping hot tea. I love it. Drinking tea and then going on my walks. So going on my walks is definitely like a fitness related activity, but it makes me feel really good. And it's just time that I can take for myself to look at the scenery and just breathe and not have somebody talking to me. That real alone time. Other self-care practices that I do, I really like to take my time with my routine every day. So with my shower routine, with my lotioning, brushing my teeth. And then I also like to do yoga and I like to play R&B music. So really just think about like, what are some things that you like to do that you can do? Get off the phone, stop scrolling, stop being in everyone else's life, and get in your life. Dive deep into yourself. Really think of some things that you like and also think of some things that can help you build confidence. So for this category, like I said, we have other people, but we also have ourselves. So take one thing for both and make a goal. Now, the next category that I have written down is spiritual. So spiritual growth is all about connecting to something much bigger than you. I don't care if you are in a religious group or you just consider yourself a spiritual person, we are all worthy of having a relationship with the divine. Now, I actually have a few things here for some goals that you could set. So if you are a part of a religious group, maybe you are a Christian or maybe you are Muslim, maybe you practice Hinduism, whatever you practice, maybe you make a goal to read a scripture a day, or you can attend a religious service, or you can listen to a sermon every day. And like I said before, do what works for you. So if every day doesn't work, maybe you listen to a sermon once a week, or maybe you read a scripture once a week. Really do something that you can be consistent with. And if you really wouldn't consider yourself a part of a religious group, maybe you decide to journal each morning, journaling your thoughts or giving gratitude, or maybe you decide to meditate. And you can also make a goal to pray morning and night, or just morning or just night, however that looks for you. And make sure that is something that you can consistently do. No matter what you believe in, everything is about finding internal peace and being mindful and being a good person and being present in your life, not worrying about the future, not thinking about the past, really being present in the right now and being grateful for all that you have right in this very moment. So really take this time to find practices that align with your journey and what you want to do. All right, our last category is financial. Some of the things that I have written down is maybe you have a goal of getting more money. How are you going to do that? Maybe you can monetize your skills. Now, when I say monetize your skills, what are you good at and what can you offer as a service? Maybe you launch an ebook, maybe you teach a class, maybe you develop a side hustle, or if the entrepreneurship route isn't really for you, maybe you get another job. So let's say you have a goal to make an extra $1,000 a month. You start to look for jobs, part-time jobs that can give you that extra $1,000 a month. So instead of one job, maybe you have two jobs. Or maybe your goal isn't even getting more money. You could want to pay off a debt. So if that's your goal, I want you to start creating a plan. Okay, I'm going to pay this week. I'm going to pay this week. As for me, when I am paying off certain debts, I like to say, okay, this month I am going to allocate this much money to this. So I know that the debt is getting paid off by this amount. So just create yourself a debt repayment plan. And I know that like when you are paying off debt, you feel so overwhelmed. That's why I'm saying like really write out a plan so that you know what you're doing and so that you feel organized. Or you could have a goal of saving. So I would say do the same thing that you were going to do with debt. So if you're saying I'm going to put this much money towards debt, now you're saying I'm going to put this much money towards my savings. And remember, just choose one of these. I know all of these can sound enticing, but just choose one because you will be overwhelmed, especially with some finances. All right, everyone, that is all for this video. Now remember, this reinvention journey, this level up journey, this new year, new you, it's not about overworking yourself in every area of your life. It's about creating small habits and creating change that's sustainable that you can continue to do even after this journey is done. Because honestly, the journey is never done. You're always going to be working on yourself. And remember to track your progress with all of these, whether you track it by paper, whether you track it by, screenshots or taking photos. Remember to track your progress so you know that you are making progress, because it's nothing worse than being on a journey and you don't know if you're doing good, if you're doing bad, if you're like not doing anything at all. So really track your progress. If you made it this far in the video, I want you to comment what category you're going to focus on. And it doesn't even have to be a category that I mentioned. Maybe you have something else in mind, but let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy videos like this, I have an entire self-improvement playlist that I'm going to link down below so you can binge watch all my videos. And I will see you in my next video.